What's going on, folks? This is Art coming at you with a video. I want to talk about a Colorado woman who that's been making rounds in the manosphere, because this is pointing out a double standard when it comes to consequences when it's a man in this same situation versus a woman. Now I know that you guys have seen this stuff already, but I just want to get my 2 cents on it. This is from Fox News. And this is a Colorado woman facing no jail time for statutory rape and pregnancy by a 13-year-old boy. Now, let's read this article as it follows. A 31-year-old woman who admitted to having sex with a 13-year-old and getting pregnant with his child will serve no jail time. I feel like if she was a man and he was a little girl, it would definitely be different, the victim's mother said. Yes, it would be different, because how many times have we seen teachers, these female teachers, having sex with these their students, and they serve no jail time. They get a slap on the wrist, serve no jail time whatsoever. But when it's the other way around, the male teacher, or a male in general, will go to jail. How many times have we seen that? We've seen it a lot. Why? Because for some odd reason, we give women a slap on the wrist. We give men that hard punishment when it comes to this. Now, my personal take is, I don't care who you are. If you're gonna give men hard punishment, these women need to get hard punishments too when they do stuff like this. It makes no freaking sense that women can get away with this stuff, and they know they can get away with it because there's too many stories of this happening. How many times have we seen teachers before the pandemic hit? Like, it was crazy how the amount of teachers that got caught up within just that year before the pandemic hit about how they were all sleeping with their students. It was ridiculous. It was like a story every 2 weeks about a teacher doing something with their students. And no jail time. None. It's fucking ridiculous. But I continue. They would be seeking more. I feel like because he is not a woman, they are not. They are having compassion for her. And this is what the mother said. They are having compassion for the predator. She is a predator, and they're having compassion for her. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The Fountain Police Department in Colorado arrested Andrea Serino in June 2022 on felony charges of sexual assault, on a child by one in a position of trust, and SA on a child. Serino allegedly admitted to the police that she had contact with the teenager, who remains unidentified due to his age, and they detained her at El Paso Criminal Justice Center, where her case has remained ongoing. But now Serena may go free and face no jail time for her crime after agreeing to a plea deal with prosecutors who dropped the original charges for a lesser offense that does not require jail time. So they allowed her to plea out, so that way they can serve no jail time whatsoever. The deal reviewed by KKTV in Colorado will require Serena to register as a offender, and she could face a crime of 10 years to life on the offender intensive supervised probation. So she's going to 10 years probation. 10. God, that's sad, man. That is sad. When they say they don't protect children, they really do not protect children. The victim's family is looking at next steps in the case to believe his life has been irreparably changed by Sereno's actions. I feel like my son was robbed of his childhood. Now he's having to be a father. He's a victim, and he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life, the victim's mother told KKTV. She has demanded an explanation of why Serena will face no jail time for her crime, and she has revealed that the family will seek sole custody of Serena's child. fathered by the victim. The family police did not respond. Of course they not, because it looks bad all the way around. And so the family is trying to get full custody of the child. So hopefully they will, because there have been some instances that, which is sad, is that even though you were assaulted by an adult, if she keeps the child, you would have to pay child support. I have seen stories of that, which is stupid, it's unnecessary, it's dumb, and it's fucking wrong. Like, this is a really fucked up case. It really is. This is a really fucked up case. And I know a lot of people say, like, you know, may not believe that certain part, that, you know, you can't be sexually assaulted and have to pay child support to the person who did it. Well, hold your horses. Here is something from the Chicago Tribune. Statutory rape assailant ordered to pay child support. She was his neighbor, a 34-year-old mom, later convicted of statutory rape for engaging him in a romantic thrust that resulted in her getting pregnant. But in a case that sets terms for deadbeat dad on its ear, California Appeals Court ruled that the young man from San Luis, identified only as Nathaniel in court records, is responsible for paying child support for the baby born of an illegal union. The ruling of the 2nd District Court of Appeals in Los Angeles, the first decision of its kind in California, leads to the number of sticky societal questions ranging from whether girls and boys should be treated differently in cases of statutory rape, for the fairness of the government increasing in pursuit of child support payments. They still made the victim pay child support. He was taken advantage of by a grown-ass adult, 35-year-old woman. She gets pregnant, he still has to pay. She still has... he still has to pay. Do you realize how fucked up that is? How fucked up that is? If this was the other way around, they would have threw him, that 35-year-old who slept with a 15-year-old girl, under the fucking bus. But the boy is the victim, but yet he still has to pay. This is the reason why in Colorado they're fighting to have custody of the child, because they do not want their son to have to pay. They don't, because it's messed up, and they're treating this one with kid gloves. Guess what she's gonna do? Because I'm pretty sure she'd have to register herself, and she's not gonna be able to find too many jobs that's gonna be paying very well. So guess what she's gonna ask for? Child support. I need help with this child to get money. That's what's gonna happen. This is a really bizarre case, said Mary Ann Mason, a social welfare professor at the University of California at Berkeley, who specializes in societal legal issues. It seems unfair that he was taken advantage of and then gets prosecuted for child support. He's considered a victim on one hand and a perpetrator on the other. Court and state attorneys, rather than the mother, have pursued cases seeking compensation for welfare payments the infant girl has been receiving since birth in January of 1995. So they're seeking to be compensated. The state is seeking to be compensated for the welfare payments the infant girl has been receiving. The state wants their money. They don't care if you were a victim. They want their blood. This little girl's been using state resources. Who's gonna pay for this? Oh, the father. But the father was assaulted when he was a teenager. Who cares? We want our money. Where's my money? Give me my check. Attorneys from the state attorney general's office, which represented the state in the appeals, say that the teenager should be responsible for the child because he indicated that he was a willing sexual partner. Our point of view is when has that ever fly? Even if the girl was a willing sexual participant, we'll still say no, you can't consent. Don't matter if a girl's a willing participant, huh? But as soon as it's a man that's a willing, yeah, we're gonna mess with your kid. Our point of view is that the newborn is the victim in these matters. Carol Ann White, a lawyer who heads the Attorney's Child Support Enforcement Unit, no matter what the circumstances of their conception, babies deserve to have two parents. And this was a consensual relationship, she added. The youth, now 18, won't be required to pay until he has income. Oh wow, that's nice. Say he makes $800 a month working at Burger King, he'll probably expect to pay $200 a month to reimburse. Gee. Under the state law, the boy's parents are not responsible for child support for their granddaughter, and the case began in 1994 with a 2-week affair between the boy and the unmarried woman listed in court records. According to court records, the teenager discussed having sex in advance and made it clear decision to do it. They had intercourse approximately 5 times, and what the boy later told police was investigators was a mutual agreeable act. Neither Jones nor the teenager could be reached with a comment. Of course not. The matter did not become a case until after the daughter was born in 1995. Jones began receiving welfare for the daughter's behalf under federal guidelines. You know, this shit just pisses me off the more I read it. This shit just pisses me off the more I read it, because I know, like, this is back in 1995. What do you think stuff's going on now? I mean, seriously, what do you think is going on now? Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna stop this video for look, this shit's fucked up. Double standards are real. They don't care about men in these situations. They really don't. They really don't. And this is the stuff that we have to be fighting against, because the more that we see this stuff go on and how unfair it is, we have to bring forth the knowledge and the awareness out to men of all ages, so that way they can protect themselves at all costs. And whatever we have to do to make sure that we can do it, we have to. But anyway, man, I'm out, man. This is saying he's liable for child support. Get out of here, man. That sucks. Alright, guys, I'm out.